Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar. For these guys, their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Orchestrating the offense, the former 3-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards.
Offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a give to Penny. He finds an opening past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. The numbers for Jordy from last week. 6 catches, 88 yards.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. And in a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The numbers for Abdullah on the ground last week, 8 carries, 73 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
That'll go as a loss of 5. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. And here now the Baltimore offense.
Back after offseason rotator cuff surgery is Alshon Jeffrey, who played with the injury all of 2017 and still caught 57 passes for 787 yards and 9 touchdowns. What makes him special? Not just his size, but his athleticism, which was on display, and a brilliant catch for the first touchdown of Super Bowl 52, and also on display throughout the entire playoff run.
16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They'll check this one down to Michel. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And they will run it with Michel. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Sony Michel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a second and about a mile here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And coughed it up, and the Ravens have got it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. With that, let's take a look here at the Charger defense.
Darius, big play Slay. An all-pro for the first time in 2017. Lived up to his nickname in a huge way with 8 interceptions, 26 passes broken up, and both were tops in the NFL. Wide receivers, be warned.
319.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Caught left side by Hilton. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. On the handoff, it's Michel, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A handoff to start out the drive. It's Pumphrey. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. First down. Here's Cousins. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's taken down inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Penny, the first down carry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. A handoff to Penny. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start. Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Taylor Gabriel with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. That's James. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Cousins now on 2nd down. It's brought in by Adam Jeffries. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. They go play action here on first down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Here's Cousins. That's going to be caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Taylor Gabriel with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
James has got it. Complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in. Carlson on for the PAT. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And Gabriel's got him. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Play action now. Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Wide open receiver complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Cousins. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd down, Michelle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
On the ground, Michelle. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Ashawn Robinson there on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And now it's 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
And James has it. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. That makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven 1st.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
We'll check this one down to Michelle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
To throw is Rodgers. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Cousins on 1st down. Looking deep for Gabriel. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
To throw is Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Cousins now from the 50. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Cousins now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their 1st. And it's 3rd down now. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's taken from trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carlos Dunlap, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Lambo will put this one through, and that gets him back within 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They begin with Michelle on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. It's the Ravens in control. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd down, Cousins. He completes it to Nelson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down to Michelle on the screen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And he's got his man, Hilton. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Green's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
319! 319!
A give. This is Michelle. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Hey, check 24.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. To Michelle on the dump off. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Sony Michel with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down. Here's Cousins. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Have no arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And it's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Penny, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a first down and not a touchdown.
Offense.
So that'll back them up 5. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. First and goal. After the penalty, it's Penny. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, that is not my father or my grandfather's defensive tackle because those guys, they were pretty static on the line of scrimmage, just kind of hold things up. And if plays came to them, they made some tackles. Nowadays, your job is to get upfield, get into the offensive backfield, and make plays. And, oh, my goodness, can these guys run nowadays? That's why they're able to make plays all up and down the line of scrimmage.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And Lambo will put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And it's Michelle once again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
319!
Now Rodgers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They were winning at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
319!
Again, it's Michelle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run with Michelle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Baltimore, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the home team here, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.